Hey, Suzanne Bracci here, Christian Life and Mindset Coach. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Chapter 6 from my book, Hope for Struggling Catholics, A Path to Spiritual and Personal Renewal. So Chapter 6 is called Making a Positive Difference. For those of you who know me as a former counselor, mental health counselor, and now Christian Life and Mindset Coach, stress management coach, you know that I am all about solutions and about gratitude, optimism, and positive thinking. And so I needed to have a chapter in this book that focused on positivity and how to make a positive difference. And I talk about the importance of making a positive difference. Like as a Christian, you know, we are the face and voice of the church, right? And so many people that I've talked to even see Christians or Catholics as kind of judgmental and maybe like, I don't know if uppity is the right word. And so I talk about the first subchapter here is we are the face and voice of the church. And from the beginning of time, people's perceptions of a business, organization, or educational establishment are primarily defined by the most visible representatives of that entity. Think about when we walk into a Walmart and see the greeter. The greeter at that moment is the face of Walmart. We have an immediate impression and feeling about the store from the moment we walk in. The same holds true for a front desk secretary at a school, and so on and so on. It's no different with the Catholic Church or any organization or denomination. You know, each person who identifies as Christian or Catholic, it impacts other people's perceptions of the faith for better or worse. And so I talk about the messages we send, and this, you know, goes beyond just the perception that people have about Christians or Catholics. This goes to like everyone we interact with, because our words can either build up or tear down. And when I was working in the schools, we used to, a lot of times in the character development programs, the teachers would use a book called How Full Is Your Bucket? And it's really all about the fact that every interaction with others matters. And it's important to consider whether we're filling people's buckets or are we, you know, taking away from their well-being buckets. And so I talk about that and the importance of building faith, hope, and love in our homes and our workplaces and in our communities. And really, it's not just the words we speak. Our language is so important, but it's also the tone, the inflection, our nonverbal messages also really make a difference. And, you know, this impacts our marriages, our children. It's, you know, our language and our nonverbals just have the ability, so much power to build up or tear down. So I just talk about that a little bit, and, you know, some of the unfortunate experiences that people have had with people in the church. And let me just end with, let me talk about one of the quotes that I put in here is from Maya Angelou. She's commonly attributed to saying, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." And I think we need to remember this in our verbal and nonverbal messages. And I also talk about in this chapter, you know, focusing on what's within your control. You know, so much of our stress, we worry about things that are out of our control. So it's really, really important to think about what is within my control to do to positively influence the situation. And I talk a little about strengths and spiritual gifts and developing knowledge and understanding of faith. So I encourage you to pick up my book, and chapter 6 is one of my favorites, Making a Positive Difference. So I hope you'll check it out. Thanks, and God bless you. Have a great day.